Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, pickpocketing. It's the holidays, and that means holiday shopping. The streets and malls will be filled with your fellow festive shoppers, along with pickpockets and purse snatchers. And nowadays, these thieves aren't just out to steal your cash, they're out to steal your identity too. A study by the St. Xavier University Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption showed that the second greatest source of stolen identities was stolen purses and wallets. So this season, while you're shopping, be constantly aware of your purse or wallet. If you can, carry your purse or wallet inside your coat or jacket. And never, ever carry your Social Security card in your wallet. Remember, fraud never sleeps. So stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.
Dr. Fraud looks so warm and cozy sitting there near the fire as he's talking about fraud.
That was great. We're going to have lots of Dr. Fraud tips over the next several days as we work our way towards Christmas. But a good one, the Social Security card, too. I mean, that's obvious, but some people might have it tucked
in your
away
wallet
somewhere. Yeah.
Bad idea.
Good stuff.
Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, the house party identity theft scam. It's that time of year when folks of good cheer open up their houses for holiday parties. And if you're hosting a holiday house party, here's something you should remember. A study by the St. Xavier University Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption showed that a majority of identity thefts can be traced back to a friend or relative of the victim. Just the sort of folks you'll be inviting into your home. So if you'll be hosting a holiday house party, be sure to lock up your valuables, including potential identity theft items such as credit cards, checkbooks, Social Security cards, even bank statements and old tax returns. You want your guests leaving with a warm holiday glow, not your identity. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.
So, Guy, just right here, just fill out your Social Security number and your previous employers. We're going to do a background check before you're allowed to the Christmas party this year. All right, we've got some sunshine today. Temperatures of 34 degrees.
Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, counterfeit goods. Psst, hey buddy, how about a designer watch? For real? Of course not. It's just another transaction in the multi-billion-dollar market in fraudulent counterfeit goods. But what's the harm? Well, some counterfeit goods have been tied to international organized crime and terrorist groups. Besides that, counterfeit goods are generally low quality. Fraudulent software and peripherals have been known to trash computers. Some counterfeit appliances have started fires. And guys, when your gal's girlfriends inform her that that designer handbag you got her is really a cheap knockoff, well, I assure you, you'll wish you paid full price for the real thing. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, phony order confirmation. Excuse me, I'm just checking my emails. Oh look, an email from a retailer informing me there's a problem with the Christmas presents I ordered. That's funny. The email isn't addressed to me, but to Dear Customer. There's some misspellings and poor grammar. And you know, I don't even remember ordering from this store. It's undoubtedly an example of a growing phishing scam known as the false order confirmation fraud. What the fraudsters would like you to do is click on the link in the email, which will take you to a site where you'll be asked to supply them with your personal identifiers, you know, Social Security number, credit card numbers, bank account information. If you receive such an email, ignore it. But if you think there might be a problem with an order you've made, do not click on the link in the email. Rather, contact the retailer directly to check on your order. The holidays are all about giving, but not giving away your identity. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, phony charities. The holidays are all about giving, and nothing gives you that holiday glow like contributing to a charity. And besides, at this time of year, it can be great tax strategy too. While there are many worthwhile charities, there are also plenty of unscrupulous fraudsters more than willing to masquerade as a charity in order to get at your money. So be wary of telephone solicitations. Do not rely on caller ID. That too can be manipulated. And if making a contribution online, when you're at the screen for making the contribution, make sure the URL, the web page address, begins with the letters HTTPS, S as in secure, in order to ensure a safe transaction. So go ahead and include in your holiday celebration generous contributions to your favorite church, nonprofit, or university. Just make sure your money goes towards good works, not to evildoers. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, credit card refund fraud. It happens every holiday season. You buy too many gifts, or you find a better gift for that special someone. So you're back at the store where you bought the item, asking the clerk to apply the return credit to the card on which you purchased the gift. The clerk goes away, processes the transaction, and returns with a long slip of paper, which the clerk folds up and drops into one of your shopping bags. Did you look at the slip carefully? Well, you should, because some unscrupulous clerks have been known to process these transactions fraudulently. Instead of applying the return to your credit card, they apply it to their own. Or they process it as a cash return and pocket the cash. And if you don't examine the receipt, you might not realize that you were scammed until weeks later when you get your bill. So always carefully examine your return receipts. Check to make sure the transaction wasn't processed as a cash return, and if it was processed as a credit card refund, make sure it was credited to your credit card. Follow these tips and you'll receive many happy returns this holiday season. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.
What would you get Professor Fraud for Christmas? Oh, sure.
He's got some nice sweaters, so
He
you roll
does
that
have nice
out.
sweaters. I was thinking like a pair of handcuffs or something.
Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, RFID fraud. Do you have one of these? It's a credit card that has a radio frequency identification chip and RFID embedded in it. You know, the ones that you just have to wave in front of a credit card terminal, and when the lights go on, your transaction goes through? Some fraud researchers have found that by using a well-concealed, souped-up scanner, they've been able to capture RFID credit card account numbers and other identifying information just by standing near a cardholder's wallet or purse. And while many banks encrypt the data on RFID credit cards, and there have been few police reports to date of this sort of high-tech pickpocketing, many fraud experts feel that the potential for massive fraud is there. So how do you foil these potential electronic fraudsters? With FOIL. While there are good security sleeves for RFID cards available on the market, a number of experts suggest by simply bundling your RFID credit cards together and wrapping them in a piece of crinkled aluminum foil, the signal becomes so weak and garbled that it's too difficult for a high-tech pickpocket to capture any information in a casual or crowd setting. Curses, foiled again. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.
See, Sandra, those tinfoil pants I've been wearing making sense now, huh? I'm a little ahead of my time, yes.
Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, ATM fraud. So you're heading out for a holiday party, but first you need to get some cash. Why, look, there's an ATM right over there. But before you use that ATM, make sure you're just getting cash and not getting scammed. There are a number of fraudsters who can manipulate ATMs to get what they want: your ATM or debit card account number and your PIN, your personal identification number. With these two pieces of information, a scammer can drain your bank account. So what can you do? Always be vigilant when using an ATM. Even the most trustworthy ATM can be tampered with by fraudsters for their evil purposes. Don't use an ATM if a replacement card reader, a skimmer, or superimposed keypad like these have been placed on the ATM. And be on the lookout for small pinhole video cameras that are aimed at the keypad. All of these devices are used to steal the valuable card numbers and pins. And whenever you're entering your PIN, cover one hand with the other so that any cameras or shoulder surfers can't make out your PIN. So be careful when using an ATM. You don't want a simple cash run to leave you with a pretty hopeless holiday. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.
Professor Fraud. Yo. I'm always looking over my shoulder, even when there's nobody around. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not really watching.
Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, the phony sales clerk. Don't you just love holiday shopping? And so many of the sales clerks are so courteous. Why, they may even approach you on the sales floor, welcome you to the store, and offer to relieve you of the items you've picked out. So you hand over the armful of merchandise along with your credit card or cash so the sales clerk can ring up the items you've selected. But wait, are you sure that was a sales clerk? Were they wearing a store-issued name tag or distinctive store vest? Or did you just fall victim to the phony sales clerk fraud? You are a victim if, after leaving you, the sales clerk walks out of sight, dumps the merchandise, and quickly leaves the store with your cash or credit card. So what can you do to avoid this fraud? Take your merchandise to the sales register yourself. And if a store employee offers to help, see that the clerk is wearing the store's name tag, vest, or other identifying feature. And never have a clerk ring up a sales in your absence. You have enough to do to complete your own holiday shopping. You don't need to help a fraudster with theirs. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, phony cyber shopping sites. Cyber shopping during the holidays is great. It's convenient, there's some great bargains online, and you get to avoid the holiday mob at the mall. But are you certain that you've been shopping on your favorite retailer's actual website? Recently, federal agents have shut down a number of bogus sites, but it's believed there's still a lot more out there. The fraudsters who run these sites aren't out to sell you goods, but only out to con you into handing over your credit card or debit card information. So before you cyber shop, make sure you have the authentic website. Telephone the store and ask for their URL, the web address. Enter web addresses meticulously. Some fraudsters register web addresses that are spelled slightly different from a legitimate URL. Don't use a retailer's website if the URL ends with an unfamiliar country code or if it redirects you to another site. Cyber shopping can be wonderful, but cyber fraud can leave you as empty and hanging as a Christmas stocking on December 26th. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, fraudulent check scam. This one is for you small business owners. You've been working hard so that your holiday sales put you in the black, when suddenly you receive a great email. It seems that a brand new customer wants to place a huge order. Everything looks normal, except for one thing. This customer says that you'll be receiving payment from a third party. However, since the check will be for a sum greater than the order, deposit the check, keep your share, and then wire any excess funds to the customer via Western Union. The check arrives, and you follow your new customer's instructions. Then days later, your bank calls. Turns out the check was bogus. Now you're not just out for the cost of the order, but you're also on the hook for all those funds you wired out to a customer you'll never see again. So business people, unless you really know and trust your customer, avoid sales with a third-party payer. And if you do accept such a sale, hold off shipping merchandise or wiring excess funds until you're sure that the check is cleared. While red is a popular color during the holidays, the one place you don't want to see it is in the ink in your ledger book. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay. Hi, Professor Fraud here with one of the 12 scams of Christmas. Today's scam, secret skimmer fraud. Suddenly it's January. You had a great holiday season, but the piper must be paid, and so the credit card bills start rolling in. But while looking over one of the bills, you notice a slew of charges that you didn't make, mostly online purchases. How could this be? Your wallet wasn't stolen or your pockets picked. Your credit card was never out of your sight. Or was it? Suddenly you remember that one store clerk. Oh, he was very helpful, but said that his sales register wasn't working properly, so he had to take your credit card to another register to ring up the sale. The receipt he handed you looked fine, but something seemed odd. Your instincts were right. You're a victim of a duplicate skimmer fraud. Some unscrupulous store clerks carry their own credit card readers, hidden in a purse, in a drawer under the sales register, or even under a jacket. They skim your card the proper way, but also give it a quick swipe in their own card reader to record the valuable information on your card's magnetic stripe. A quick look on the back of the card to get the 3-digit code, and the clerk has everything needed to start charging on your account. So while you're doing your holiday shopping, avoid losing possession of your credit card. But if you must hand a clerk your card, keep the clerk and card in sight at all times. Don't let a quick, fraudulent credit card swipe you of holiday fun. Remember, fraud never sleeps, so stay vigilant and have a happy and secure holiday season. For the Center for the Study of Fraud and Corruption, I'm Professor Bill Cressy of St. Xavier University.